So hello everyone, and welcome back to FTRL for what is week 7, yep, round 7, of GT1 season. So we are getting towards the end now of our season. And again, we are at the home of the Dashcane. It is a Dragon Trail Seaside. Ahead of us, upon us, is a 10-minute quali. Then we have a 13 lap race. And then a 32 lap endurance race. We're on the same track as last night then, so expect more of hitting the death chicane. Might see some people hit it on the inside. That's a disaster. If you hit it on the outside, it's less of a disaster, but still not great. So yeah, definitely I think Aaron described it as a Marmite track last night, which I think is a perfect description for this track. Some people absolutely love it, myself included. However, quite a lot of people also do hate it. Aaron is a prime example of that. So yeah, there is a lot to be decided this evening. You will see a lot of people who will struggle tonight because and maybe the nature of the car, for example, the Vipers aren't actually great around here. Weirdly, the Peugeot isn't as good as you would expect it to be. I mean, me and Tom were actually discussing this last night. I tried out all the cars this week to see what things felt good and what things felt bad, and the Peugeot didn't feel particularly great at all, which was a random weird one that you would expect it to do well around here, but it just didn't feel great. The Lambos and Audis feel good. The Audi felt really stable around the death chicane, which was lovely. The GTR looks good as well, so I don't think there's anything really between the top 3 cars, but yeah, I do think there is those top 3 cars, I don't think the Peugeot's quite there, and the same with the Viper. But there's not much on cars really this week. I don't think any car's terrible around here. But yeah, definitely the GTR, Audi, and Lambo do seem like the 3 cars maybe a bit of tiny step ahead. Which does make James's result last night in race 2 look quite good. He does always seem to do well in the endurance race. He tends to focus a lot on strategy. Ross is showing us how not to do the death chicane now. Good evening everyone in the chat. Mikey, Unsafe, Derek. Estimations for pole time, please. Give me your guesses in the chat. What we expecting. I'll go for a 38-3. A 38-3. That's my prediction. There we go. We'll see if that one comes true. 38-3. We've got Lee on a lap right now, so why don't we watch with the GTR? Lee does have the benefit of last night, having had a race. I actually don't think that was that good, Derek. The wind direction wasn't very helpful last night, so I mean, thank you for your optimism, but I think we'll go quicker. But we shall see. We shall see. There's a bit more of a beneficial wind direction tonight. We had a pretty awful wind direction. It was headwind down the straight, which then also meant it was a tailwind into the middle sector, which is absolutely not what you want, because you've got that uphill section, which means that if you've got a tailwind, it's going to obviously unsettle the car a little bit more. However, it didn't actually feel too bad. Lee through the death chicane now, and you notice that oh dear, that's not going to help people through around there. However, Tom has very nicely managed to evade Lee, who is now sitting horizontal across the death chicane. So far we've watched a few people do the death chicane and none of them have done it, got through it, so ominous sign. Ooh, you can do a wide line through there, but that's a bit too wide for Tom, unless he really likes to take it that wide. I think he broke himself. 39-1 Ross is 40.4. He might have, quite a lot of these might have been hindered by Lee, to be honest here. We are in the 39s early on, including Will, Biggles, Bread. Lee is miles down after his lap. Graham just in the 39s. Andy in the 40.6. Well, let's keep an eye out. So, by his own admission, one of his worst tracks, Aaron's. I have always been aware he's not been a great fan of this track. Something about the depth chicane. It's very much a Marmot track though. Some people love the depth chicane and can find it really straightforward. Other people think, honestly, it's the worst nightmare. So, he is purple though through sector 1. Through those corners so far. He missed the apex of the first part, which might have hindered him. He kind of wanted to be on the curb. I know some people were avoiding the curb as it was unsettling the car. However, he went for that curb, alright. It didn't unsettle him, did it? 105.1. It's alright for his middle sector. This is where you make or break it though. He does graze the wall on the outside, and then he does clatter the wall on the outside, unfortunately. And we are 38.6 for Tom. T. Smith 38.6. So that's a 38.3. Still got a few attempts to go, but possibility. 40.2 for Aaron. Lee 39.4. A lot of time in that for Aaron. He absolutely clattered the wall on the outside. So 39. Oh, Biggles is round. Car coming in. No right. So 38.6 at the moment. So matching. I forgot to actually mention that one so far. Bread is back, and he is now a kind of permanent replacement for the rest of the season in the GTR. It's been a bit of a tough time for the GTR. In GT1, obviously, Carl Dusty Balzo has been reserving frequently. Joker occasionally has been reserving as well. Obviously, Lee was reserving as well in GT1 last night. So, what's going on? SBY through the dash chicane, and that looked very nice indeed. We'll stick on board with this. That looked a very, very decent dash chicane there. Most people will lift on the dash chicane. Again, though, that's very, very wide. Maybe the Peugeot likes that, because that's the second Peugeot I've now seen do that. Ross has jumped up to P2. And this Peugeot FSVY is going to come across the line, and unfortunately I think his first and second sectors were great. 39 flat for Ross, 39.8 for, who was that, set 39.8 there, was it Carl Randy, 1 2, came across the line, 39.8 there. Red's a 39.9 at the moment. Flag, then P7 at the moment. It's one of the possibly better Viper qualifying at the moment. P4 for Ghani as well. Fever struggling at the moment at the back at 40.7. Tom is all over terrible at the back, but he is purple. Just 0.02 of a second. So when I say purple, I mean he's somewhat purple. Alright for the dash chicane, didn't look overly quick though. I think he had to lift more than he would have liked. So I don't think this will be an improvement. It's such a weird line that they take it, very strange. But, I mean, they all seem to take it, so I'm assuming it must be the quickest. Just looks odd. Yeah, it wasn't great at all, that. bit of depth chicane in the last corner. 38.7 for Ross, so he's in the 38s now, so that is close. And this will be, yeah, this will be his last lap as well, Ross. So for most of these guys, it will be their last lap now coming up, so they need to get a move on. Carl 39, Dusty Boss 39.6. That's good enough for, it was good enough for 10th. It's now 11th. Bread 39.5. There's another 38 though. It's 38.8. It's Biggles. Doing well there. There's Lee coming around the end of the first sector now. And he is a 10th up, so he's on course for a good lap at the moment. He has got SPY maybe a little bit closer than you would like. Is he alright flat out all the way through here? He is indeed. He's managed to keep it going flat out. He wasn't on the best line for the middle part of it, but he managed to keep it going. Full throttle. We'll keep an eye on this then as Lee comes round for the sector 2 time. And we'll see. He was a 10th up through the first sector. He's 3 tenths up through the second sector. If he can do a clean depth chicane here, this could be a very, very good lap. Oh, that is the best depth chicane I have seen so far. That was absolutely rapid, and he has now got a nice slipstream off SPY. And as he comes round into the last corner now, what a lap this could be. He keeps it really nice and tight. He gets on the power early. What's this going to be? This could be pole. 38. Oh, 38.8. It's good enough for P3. Big improvement, and it's also faster than he went last night. 38.9 for Aaron. What a lap. P5 from him. Doesn't like this track, so that is very good indeed. Is there anyone else to cross the line? Fever perhaps is the only one as he goes through the depth chicane. Half got through it safe. So we are 38.6, which is I think we were in the middle. I said a 38.3, and I think Derek said a 38. No, Mike said a 38.7, so Mike was a 10th off. I don't think anyone's got it right though. There we go. It's T Smith that is going to take pole position here. Yeah, Germany 4-5-6. Biggles, Aaron, and FTRL Panda. Fever all the way down the back. Unfortunately, Feber's. I don't think Feber's doing as much practice at the moment, which is why he's not particularly enjoying the game at the moment. I think that's the case, particularly since Monza. Unfortunately for the Lambos, the Monza lobbies during the week, some lobbies were excellent, and the Lambo felt so good it was ridiculous. And then other lobbies, the Lambo felt utterly hopeless. And unfortunately, GT2 and GT1, particularly for the endurance races, and the lobby felt absolutely disgusting for the Lambo, and it wasn't really, it wasn't very good. And he wasn't particularly pleased. I don't think any of us particularly pleased, to be fair, but yeah, and he was like, what's the point in practicing, I suppose, if the lobbies are going to be so different, which I get. I mean, it's fair. The lobbies were drastically different, and they both didn't feel anyway. So I think that's one of the reasons for Yancey. But we're into too much to do. "13 laps sprint. No fuel. We are on this one. Only very limited tyre wear as well. 13 laps ahead of T Smith. Is this his first pole? It might be this season. Gets us underway. Ross will get a good start in behind, especially in the Lambo. He's much quicker in the straight line, and he might make a move in towards turn 1. He pulls to the outside. T Smith goes defensive. Ross gets the cut back. tries to go for the cutback through the second part. T Smith is away though. Lee's in P3, Biggles in P4. Then comes Aaron and Panda, so there is still 4, 5, 6 for the Audis. The first Viper is in P7. Then comes Graham in P8, SBY P9, and there's a battle going on between the GTR and the Viper. Blue Flag has won that in the Viper at the moment. And then we've got Andy P13, Tom Duval P14. Fever at the back, P15, T Smith, how's he ended up there? He's been very wide out the latter part of the middle sector, but he has got away with it. Well and truly, that could have been a race-ending crash. That could have been quite easily a spin, but he's held on to it. Right then, here we go, for the first time in a race this evening. How many is going to get through the dash chicane unscathed? All of them so far. Oh, Biggles, Aaron, all hit the wall on the outside. SBY, big pelt. Blue Flag, big pelt. Blue Flag though gets past SBY. It wasn't as bad as SBY's. Dusty Fossil though gets past both of them and is up to P9. There we go. Nobody absolutely catastrophic at this again, but quite a few give it a good old smack on the outside. I'll say that's much easier and much more common than the full-on first part of the chicane, which is literally a murder if you land on that, because it's not good. So Aaron is being overtook here by FTRL Panda. They are going side by side, the two Audis, and Aaron's he was alright though. He's lost 2 places though, but you need to back out of it when you get on the outside of that curve, as if you keep it planted you will spin if you're too far on the outside of that curve. So smart play from Aaron. He lost a couple of places, but he's actually kept himself going in the race. T Smith has an alright gap out front, not much though. Ross is still very much there, and Lee is clinging on to them for the time being. Then comes the train of Audi runners, P4 to 6. Pagani in behind. Then comes Graham. Andy Blue Flag. Just also Bread. SBY, Tom Duval trying to go round the outside, and he's not going to manage that, I don't think. He does not. Who's that? Blue Flag got a bad run there, and he's now under pressure heading into the death chicane. We'll watch this. A couple of them are very close. They all get through it alright. Ross is going round outside of T Smith. We're just catching up to this. T Smith then is going wide, but they very did touch. They very nearly ended up both in a big old crash, but it's definitely Ross that's got the upper hand at the moment, and he is ahead and through past T Smith. T Smith goes defensive though, and he goes back down the inside. Ross lets him go, but tries to get the better run, and he does do so, and he is now alongside. Is he alongside? He is alongside, and Ross does have the inside line now. T Smith will have to back out. Lee tries to then nip through inside T Smith. And he's on the curb, he's all over the curb, but T Smith wins that out. He's not around there. It's Biggles now at the lead Audi, so he swapped with Panda. Aaron's now back to P6, but he's got a Viper who is literally pushing him along there. Then comes Graham, who's in a bit of no man's land. There's a big old gap in behind, which is 2.5 seconds at the moment, to Andy behind, then SBY. Then comes the Dusty Fossil and Tom Duval fight, and then Fever, who's P13. Bread's had an off somewhere, he's P14. Blue Flag's had an even bigger off somewhere, he's P15. So Ross now is leading in the Lambo, and it is half a second out front to T Smith. Can he extend away? He needs a couple of good death chicanes. That will do nicely for the first one. However, T Smith getting an even better exit. Lee dropping off very slightly from the back. Then comes Biggles, who seems to be the quickest of the Audi boys at the moment. Aaron and Panda have swapped. Also Graham taking a very wide line there. Hello's on. So yeah, out front, Ross sets a 40.1 last time around, but they were fighting a little bit during that lap, so that's probably why it's not as quick. And I'm still having good early few laps here, getting past T. Smith. I'm trying to see though if he can actually move away at all. Oh, Aaron! He caught it. Big old catch that was. I don't know how he caught it really. But he did. Did not look very nice at all. It was a proper catch that. Aaron is now being followed very closely. A bit of a train of 4 cars, 2 Audis, the Viper, Pagani, and then Graham in the Lambo. So 58, very, very tight here at the moment. So keep an eye on this for the time being. T. Smith and Ross though are fighting again. T. Smith had a little look at getting past Ross. Ross has managed to hold it. So while we're trying to keep an eye on the battle for 5th, which is getting intriguing, I'm also trying to keep an eye on this as well. Ross not the best line. T. Smith's going to be by. There we go. T. Smith through. Ross back down to P2. This could be a recurring battle. So what's happening? It is swapping between them at the moment. Graham is having a look at Pagani, but the drive of that Viper out corners is ridiculous, so he's not going to get through here. Fortunately for the Vipers, the actual cornering speed is terrible. Pagani then in the background, but look at these two going at it again, which is 2 Audis. Side by side, they're still side by side. Well, Panda has now one out. In P5. Be careful here getting them because the other two are very close. It's less than a kind of second now covering 4 cars. So this could get very messy if we're not careful. We do not want that. Ooh, Aaron having a look there. Pass Panda, but we have to sit back for the time being. T. Smith has a 8/10th, 7/8/10th lead out front. Lee is in no man's land. Oh, he was, but Biggles is actually on a 38.7, which is faster than he went in qualifying. Has now caught right up to the back and is looking very racy indeed. Oh, Biggles in the Audi. Looking. Oh dear! Oh, Ross is round. Biggles has also had a disaster. So Ross is now going to drop behind all of these guys down to P7, maybe even P8, though he keeps ahead of Graham. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So a lot of chaos there. Biggles, I think, might have been spooked, hence why he's probably scalped the outside of that death chicane, but also it was worse for Ross, who looks like he properly scalped it, so he must have hit the first part. Pagani having a look there at Panda around the outside. He's going to struggle in the Viper to get the traction there, and he does have to sit back. Better waiting for a straight in that car. Ross is in P7. Can he come back? Where can he get to? T. Smith at the moment seems comfortable, and he is matching his personal best of 39.1. Objectively, Biggles, if he can do a few 38s, could bring himself right back into this. Fortunately, he's not made his task harder with the hit, but I do think he was probably spooked by Ross. He's caused that. Ross having a look at Pagani, who in turn is having a look at Panda. Pagani down the inside of Panda. There we go. There's a move coming here, but Panda will hold it round the outside. But then Pagani will get a better drive. Please don't go side. Oh, he had to sit behind Pagani. I'm thinking, please don't go side by side through the dirt again. That is not a good idea. Here we go. Are they all going to get through it? Oh, they do. Panda probably. I'm going to say he gets the worst exit, but he actually kind of got away with it. He didn't think grazed the wall on the outside, but he's a little bit deep. Panda gets it turned in alright. Oh, he's off. He is off a little bit though. So that's going to compromise his run, and with a Viper behind him, there might be an overtake on the way here. There's Pagani. Peels out and gets past. Up to P5 he goes. Panda sits behind. Fastest lap of the race, that from Panda, 40.2. Picani doing well on that Viper here. He's up to P5 now. Let's see. T-Smith 38.8. Very nice pace out front now, and he has got a 2.6 second lead. Panda's looking back at Pagani here. Can he get back through? In front of P4. If you'd have said to him, would he take a P4 at the start of the race, at the start of the night, if he took a P4, will he end up with a P4? We're going to find out. He's got a lot of cars behind him, very close. We might have him on outright pace here. Oh, Pagani's off. Yeah, that is a... Ooh, I think a lot of them properly hit the wall there. Ross didn't as much, hence why he is now in front. Graham is also looking like he might make a move down the inside. Panda's got away with it though. But Ross definitely makes the move then. He is up to P6 out front of Panda. So he's having a go back past him. However, Ross will have the inside line for the next corner. So Ross might be okay here. No, he isn't actually. Panda gets it done, so nice move. Pagani now comfortably in P5, and he chase after Aaron. Just the drama's in behind that time through the death chicane. T-Smith comfortable out in the lead, nothing really going on there. It's been the battle behind that's been interesting. Dusty Falso P7. Oh, it's what happened to Graham? Oh, Graham's had a moment somewhere. He's down to P10, unfortunately. Oh dear. Tom Duval P11. Reds in P12. Oh, what's that? Ross is down in P13. What has happened? It's been an absolute catastrophe for the Lambos. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What has happened? We're down in P10, P13, or P14. Oh dear. It has not been a good few laps at all. Blue flag in P15. Yeah, it's been early on. Oh, what's happened? What's happened to What's happened to Tom? Tom's binned it somewhere. Lee's in the lead. T. Smith 42.8. What's going on? Lee's in the lead. He's got an 8/10 gap out front. Wow, that's a turn up. Biggles in P3. As I said though, Biggles' issue was... Oh, Tom's off! Oh my, he's off again! He's lost another place, he's down at P3. Oh my, it has went from bad to worse. He has lost 2 places. 2 awful laps for Tom. Oh no. It has gone wrong. Dusty Fossil P7. No, he's not quite had the same pace as he had last night. I was looking at his times. I think he was a little bit quicker perhaps last night. I don't know if he's maybe struggled with the tyres or something this time around. However, as I said, that he is now 4 temps up through the middle sector, which suggests to me that he was struggling in the early part of the race. However, he now is getting a jiffy on. And he is gaining, and actually has gained a 10 through the dash gain on Lee in the lead, which suggests to me that Dusty Fossil has found, or Carl, sounds like he has definitely found some pace from using last night in this race. He's starting to close up again as Dusty Fossil sets a 39.4, so that's another personal best from him. And he is closing in now on Panda. Pagani as well. And there might be a change for the lead yet, as Biggles, who I would say at the moment is definitely the fastest man on track, is now only 7/10 away from the lead. I did say that Audi felt very, very quick, particularly around the depth chicane. Things like that, they just seem to have very nice traction. So it doesn't surprise me because Biggles is very quick. Biggles also is very, very well in the endurance races. His strategy seems to be interesting. He's won well, one stop. Can't remember the track that was wrong. But he didn't win. Well, one stop. Oh, Lee's off. Oh, that's not been the best run from Lee. I don't actually think Biggles got the best run either, though. I think they both weren't great there. You can see that behind us. Tom has gained on them. And Aaron's actually set his personal best there. A lot of them are actually just setting their personal best this lap, so that's interesting. A lot of them set their personal best in the last lap. Wonder of the sun coming out a little bit more, maybe. Something happening. Fourth. Oh, 38.5 from T Smith. What a lap that is. That's much faster than any lap in this sprint, I think, last night. I think it was a 38.9, so that's very quick. T Smith, that is rapid, that. 38.5, but unfortunately that might be too little too late. I think the battle is going to be the exclusive between the two drivers. The GTR of Lee, who raced last night, he got P3 in the sprint last night. He had a bit of a mistake early on, and then he sat behind Carl for the rest of the race. Dusty also, who, as I say, had a very, very good race one last night. So we'll see how he goes. I think Biggles is now, though, unfortunately starting to get what is called dirty air, which these Group 3 cars are pretty prone to in this game. And unfortunately, dirty air is not great round here because there is a lot of very fast corners. So I think we're starting to see Biggles struggle with that. He needs a good exit here, Biggles. This is the important corner, and he has a stellar run through there, and it was a little bit quicker than Lee, who didn't do well in the entry, I don't think, but he got a good exit. So the gap closed a little bit. He's well within slip range here, Biggles. He needs to keep it tidy for the last corner. However, I think the issue is that Lee is half decent around the last corner. However, Biggles got a marginally better exit. There's only 6/10 spots between them. There's only 2 laps to go. Biggles is now well within slipstream range and closing. We're nearly under half a second. He's not close enough yet, but if he keeps this level of closeness all the way through, as Biggles takes a bit of a different entry into the Kane. He's looking very tight for the win here. It's T Smith, Aaron and Panda, top 5. Dusty Fossil has made a move past Pagani. Pagani had a bad last lap, and Dusty Fossil moved up to P6. So as I said, dodgy first part to the race for Dusty Fossil, but he has now really started to make headroads on people in front of him. Oh, Tom took foul all over the shot. Oh, what on? What was that? I mean, okay. I don't think I need to say anything for that now. Biggles catching back up to the. Oh, never mind. Commentator's curse. Sorry, Biggles. That was it. That was a proper smash on the outside. That's not good. That's pretty awful. Lee 1.6 in the lead now then. That's going to be unassailable barring any error. What a result for Aaron this is, by the way. P4. Absolutely hates it around here. However, I think most of the field hate this in GT1. I think there's more fans in GT2 of this track, personally. Yeah. Oh, what's happened to Carl? Oh, I just realised this boss is not there. Oh, he's a 52.7. He's clad in dash again, isn't he? Phoeber's made his way up to P12, so look good moves around the coach. Oh my god. Oh, what's happened to Graham Ross? Oh no. Lap 8, lap 9, that all went wrong. Oh dear. It's gonna be a lot of Lambos up the front for race 2. But the thing was, I mean, I think Derek can maybe give some insight, but a lot of them were finding the Lambo very tricky, particularly over the curbs. And they were struggling to get any sort of consistency in it, which might explain it. As Lee rounds the dash again for the last time, so that might explain why they're all near the back. But Lee is going to round the last corner. What a start to his race. Now he is going to take the win from Biggles. What could have been for Biggles, couple of errors. T-Smith's off the track again. T-Smith off the track, no, that's racing I've seen in the last 6 seasons or so. Right, Lily, Biggles, then T-Smith, Aaron for Stella P4, he'll be absolutely over the moon with that. SBY P5, very close behind is Panda. Pagani, that's a decent effort, P7. Tom Duval, P8. Then comes Dusty Bolso P9, there was a big gaggle here. Phoebers somehow ended up in P10, and then you've got Handy P11, Bread P12, Blue Flag P13, Graham's P14, and Ross will be coming around the last corner to round us out in P15. Definitely not where Ross's pace is, but unfortunately for him, a couple of mistakes there has led to him being back. Yeah, as I said, the curbs are not really. I don't think many cars on that good on them, but the Lambo is pretty awful. Especially around the second part of the dash again, it's not nice. It properly bounces, it's horrid. But having said that, the GTR of Lee seems to be going very well. We had a decent race one last night as well. The Audi seems very planted around here, as can also be seen. They've got P2, P4, P6, all three of them doing very, very well. Peugeot's done a little bit better this tonight. T-Smith and SBY both in the top 5. Vipers, in terms of for them, how it's been going this season, this has been probably one of their slightly better tracks so far. Pagani did a good job, maybe could have got a bit higher up. I think had a couple of moments. Tom Duval was P8, so we'll see what happens with that move. Dusty Falso P9, Fever P10, Andy P11, then comes Bread, Blue Flag, Graham, and Ross. Shouldn't be too long until we get underway for race 2. Give everyone a few minute comfort break. Probably the usual situation where most people towards the back end of the grid will be starting on the hards. Most people on towards the front of the grid usually will tend to start on the mediums. For example, someone like Ross, who is very, very unusual to see Ross starting anywhere near this high in this endurance race, will see him start on the mediums and definitely going to try and get a big break on the field. And with his pace, if he can keep it clean, he could have a big old lead. I seen that last night. Mike had a pretty big gap out front. He started towards the front and he got past a couple of people, made it away. Definitely led to him getting a really good result. He kept it clean all race, so that is exactly what you can do if you start up towards the front. So if you have a bad race 1, but you do have pace, race 2 doesn't have to be bad. It can be a very good race. There's a lot more mediums than I expected. Even people that were towards the back of the field, including Tom and Lee at the moment. Like change. But that's interesting. Perhaps very unexpected, to be honest. I do think we have seen more incidents of the death chicane tonight, and I do think that might be down to wind direction. If you look at the wind direction, it is a tailwind into the death chicane, which is not exactly what you would like. It is going to make it a little bit trickier, so I'm not entirely surprised that there isn't slightly more issues this evening. However, having said that, I have not watched a lot. I've watched a bit of this stream. I've not watched lots of it, so I'm not entirely sure if there was more incidents that I'm unaware of. What it could be, but there does seem to be quite a few people having quite a lot of incidents at the F chicane this evening, which might be wind induced. So certainly not be helping, that's for sure. Should be in a second now for the start of the race. Ooh. Hard times, you're looking for low 40s ideally. If you're starting on the hards, though, it is hard. Obviously, you're trying to meet your way through the pack to get those times sometimes. Mediums, you're wanting 39s ideally. Definitely a lot of strategies here. There's quite a range of different ones. People started on different tyres last night, pitting at different points. I don't think anybody did the one stop last night either, so everyone was on 2 stops. I think the one stop's just a tiny step too far, even for the GTRs and Audis, which are probably the 2 best on fuel. Maybe even they couldn't really manage it, so I think that says a lot. They're not even going for it. Ross can get away here. It could be tricky to beat, however he is having issues with the depth chicane clearly. As I said, the second part particularly, the Lambo really doesn't like the curbs, which is the issue here. Struggles. So I'm not sure. I think this could be anyone's, genuinely. Like, I don't think anyone is without a mistake in them. As you seen last night, I think barring Mike, I think everybody had a good couple of mistakes. I think I made a couple of mistakes. I think James hit the depth chicane a couple of times, so I think everyone has a mistake or two in them around here. It's just how costly your mistake is. What part of the depth chicane you hit, I suppose. Yeah, Pagani, I didn't think there was much more in that for you. Maybe a couple places, but that was about it. You've done a cracking job there. Ross is going to lead us off. How far can he get down the road? He's got Graham in behind him, who is on hard tyres, interestingly. Got Blue Flag on mediums, Bread on mediums, Andy on mediums. Then you've got Hards for Fever, Dusty Fosso, everyone in behind on hard tyres. You've got T Smith on mediums, interestingly, but everyone else at the back is on hards. So there's your quick run through of the tyres. Ross leads us off though from Blue Flag, who has got the jump on Graham. Not unexpected though, and Viper's rapid down the straight, and also Graham is on hard tyres. Blue Flag on mediums, so he might be under pressure here. Bread as well, having a little look. Getting there. Down the back end of the field, we are all good. Tom's made one place up on medium tyres. He's going to get a jiffy on. Make some moves. Leak all right at the back of the field after winning race 1. Ross though has a second advantage over Blue Flag, who are both on medium tyres. Then the first hard runner is Graham, who's closely followed by Bread, who is on medium tyres. So Bread will want to get a hurry on here. And those hard tyres usually take a lap or two to heat up before you start getting the best out of them. So, and also with Graham, mirrors being all full of car, he'll be nervy, I'm sure. Everyone seems through. Oh, half. Ooh. Everyone got through until we got to Will, who got through, but at a pedestrian speed after he gave the wall a proper pummel on the outside, and yeah, we had to try and avoid him there. So it's a 7.5 tenth lead out front, closing all the while down the straight, and the Viper, of course, gets some slip in it. Then it's an absolute rocket ship. It's already a rocket ship, but it's even more of a rocket ship when you get some slip. Red makes the move into P3 on the faster tyres. You want to take advantage. So is Andy, he'll want a quick move away as well. Tom Duval in behind. Then you've got Fever, who's also on hard tyres. So all these hard tyre runners. But you've seen T Smith, he is making moves up to P9 on the medium tyres, remember. So he'll want to get a move on. He's 6.6 off the lead. We'll keep an eye on that gap as he wants to make some early inroads into the field. Ross then second lead, so getting away a little bit. Blue Flag will struggle to keep up through the tight and twisty sections. Of course, down the straight he'll be flying, but in these sections he'll be struggling. I can't imagine he'll be as quick through the dash chicane either. And Graham still P4 at the moment, so he's managed to keep in front. Ross struggling through that dash chicane, but he is alright through it that time. I think he's taking it easy through there, to be honest. He's losing time to Blue Flag, so I think he's trying to make sure he doesn't crash through there, so hence why he's losing a bit of time. Andy has got through past Graham. I think Graham must have had a bad run for this game. He's also very wide again. It's that kind of wide line, but it's a little bit too wide. And unfortunately, Tom Duval and a Viper directly behind him. This will be super straightforward. This will be not even a contest, I don't think, here. As Tom Duval makes it to the inside and he gets the move done, and Graham will have absolutely nothing to defend with against the Viper in a straight line. Also on fast tyres as well, so big offset there. And Graham down P6, he will fall away slightly, but remember everyone else will have to run hard tyres at some point as well. 1.2, no, to 1.3 out front. decent old gaps developing here. Tom Duval is squirmy on the exit there. Will not be I would imagine. T Smith though up to P7 on the medium tyres, again making some more moves, and he is 7.4, so he's losing time to the leader, but not too much. And he will probably even have Graham into the next corner here. I don't think Graham will really hold him up particularly much as he goes down the inside. Graham tries to hold it around the outside, but he goes very wide, and Graham gets the move done. Tom gets the move done on Graham, I should say. Tom Duval might be under pressure though from T Smith, who flies around the chicane. It does go like a bit of a clatter on the outside. Clatter, not good one. Oh, someone's hit the dish again there. As Lee's hit the dish again because Aaron is moving past him. Biggles is nearly moving past him as well there, so that place. But yeah, Lee hit the dish again there. Ross is a second out in front, so he probably actually had a better lap last time around. Bread is P3. And you Andy P4. Oh, it's T Smith on Tom Duval. Oh, he just about clings on there, but unfortunately Tom Duval with the traction of the Viper, that drive off the corner, gets back through. However, this might not be the end of that. Tom Duval breaks very early, and T Smith says thank you very much, gets through, and then inside Graham having to fight the car there. He's under pressure from Pagani in behind. Graham keeping an eye on his tyres though, and he a little bit more power even at this early stage, but it's on the hard tyre, so it shouldn't matter too much. It'll still go for ages. There you go. Tom's already up. T Smith already up to P5. This is when we get to see he's only 8.5 seconds off the lead. Will that begin to close? What's Ross managing on this lap, I wonder? I think to win the race, he'll want to be a bit quicker than a 39.9. He'll want to be ideally in the mid 39, so we'll see if he can get down to that kind of time. I think that's what he's going to need, to be honest. Especially when you've got hard runners like Pagani and things on hard tyres doing 41.1s. And that's by fighting, and he's down the inside of Graham. He does just seem to have pace at the moment on that Viper. He's driving the wheels off that car at the moment. And he is P7 now, and he's got Tom Duval in front of him, who's on hard tyres as well. T Smith, mediums in front, and the mediums, Bread mediums, mediums in front. 40.2 last time around, and blue flag 39.8, fastest lap of the race, so that's ideally where you want to be. And blue flag is now all over the back, and purple again through sector 1. Blue flag, it's all going right at the moment, decent pace. T Smith though is flying on this lap. You see that gap's down to 7.6 seconds to the leader, so he has now got some clean air, and his next car along is his teammate, who probably won't hold him up, I wouldn't imagine, so that's also convenient. A big old battle coming in behind here, battle for P11. These are all on hard tyres, these runners. Fever's being consumed by that pack at the moment. Oh, someone's crashed, who is it? Oh, it's Ross again. He's dropped it down to P4. Now, he hasn't lost too much, in fairness. He's only lost 2.7 seconds. That's going to be very costly though. And I do think blue flag has been hindered because Bread is all over the back of him. Yeah, 44 flat for blue flag, a 47 free. So I wonder if Ross crashed, blue flag might have crashed into him as well, or I wonder if they had contact. Possibility. T Smith then is P4 ahead of Ross. Back to that fight, we've got Aaron in P9. SPY P10, however Lee is all over the back of him. SPY didn't get the best exit there. And Lee's having a look, he's down the inside. And they go side by side. Usually where you see an overtake. Oh, Wanda having a move there. He backs out of it. Graham down to P13. Oh, it's been a night to forget for the Lambos here, unfortunately, hasn't it? Unfortunately, Graham had another bad lap. Fever, it's not been the greatest night. I did see that they were struggling all week with the chicane, like anything with curves really, they couldn't do it. Shame. Oh, he gets very close to the hole every time. I'm not surprised he's hit it a few times. Definitely do think wind is not helping as well here. It's weird though, particularly the Lambos that seem to be struggling with it. 38.8 is the last lap for T. Smith. I wonder, did he have a penalty perhaps or something? Because he's now ahead of Andy, let him go. But that's not come up as the fastest lap, so I wonder if he's got a penalty or something on that lap, that's why it's not. But he doesn't have a penalty. Sure. Blue flag 1 second in front, so he has got a bit of a gap now. 39.7 last time around. Tyre wear ain't pretty though. Big old tyre wear. And he'll probably struggle to get any more than 10 laps out of those tyres, to be honest, by the look of them. Also on the back of Andy, Tom Duval, he's having a decent old race so far. Pagani's having a stellar race at the moment, 40.9, that's roughly where you want to be on those hard tyres. Oh, Ross is round. Oh, he's backed out. He's had a nightmare of a night. And the Lambo's just is not working in this wind as well. That's for you, Mikey, that said the Lambo was the quickest last night. I think Mikey has caused the curse here. Mikey's cursed them out. Blue flag out in the lead. Second he's got Oliver Bread. 40 flat. 39.4. That's a decent one. Oh, it's 40.5. I think it's just correcting the times. Yeah, I think sometimes time isn't right. It comes up and then it corrects after a lap or two, kind of half a lap. I don't know why T. Smith's lap didn't come up, because it actually wasn't his lap. Which makes sense. Yeah, that would be impressive. Personally, though, I think T. Smith is going to romp this. Look at even the fuel. T. Smith's got so much more fuel. I think it's pretty easy in that Peugeot to save fuel, which is you see that quite often. T. Smith tries to save quite a bit, and also James in GT2 is nuts for saving fuel. So you definitely do see that with them. They're really good at saving fuel. I think the car does help with them as well. Lee P9, Aaron P8. See now though, they're into the 40s comfortably now. Some of them on the hard side. That's where they're wanting to be. Going down in P11. Now, unfortunately, Biggles has had a. Oh no, he's pit. Never mind me. But Biggles had an accident, but I didn't know it was. Some other drama going on at that point. Biggles has pit. So early stop. He's pit on lap 6, which means he is doing 2 13-lap stints. Now I would say that's pushing it a little bit, but it's not pushing it because it's Biggles. And he is an absolute master at tyre wear and things like that, so he'll be absolutely fine, I'm sure. 2 seconds out front, blue flag to Bread. T. Smith now going for another lap. Interesting to see when pit stops are made here. Aaron comes in and gets rid of the hard tyre, so does Lee, so does Panda, so all of them are in. Fuel wise, Panda has the most, Lee has the middle, and Aaron has the least, but that's not unsurprising. Aaron doesn't really save fuel. It's not in his DNA to save fuel. I'm interested to see how well Pagani is. He's like does at the end of this race. He is the Andy's off. Andy's off. The yellow flag there, and it's at the exit of the last corner for the first sector. So unfortunately, I wonder if he's got on the. He's bounced over the inside curb going around that fast corner, or he's ended on the outside, or he's just went a little bit too wide and ended up on the outside. Probably one of those two, I'd imagine. T. Smith is in P3, right directly in front of him. And it is. Oh, T. Smith picked the flatter off the wall again. Pagani nicely over the last. Again, Pagani is looking strong here. I am optimistic of a Pagani podium at least here. He's looking so bad in person, but yeah, strong. Also, blue flag is flying out for it as well. He's actually increasing the gap now. T. Smith is struggling now on the tyres, I think, he has got more fuel though, so he is going to gain quite a bit. Interestingly though, Pagani's not got that much difference of fuel to T. Smith. Dusty Fossil, look how much fuel he's got. Dusty Fossil, that is. He could be in a cracking position here. He's come out of nowhere. P6 he's in. And he's got a lot of fuel. Interesting. So Aaron's come out on the medium tyres. He's filled up a lot. So has Lee. And all filled up fully. Aaron is the lead of those three that have pit. However, will he be the lead for long? Lee is all over the back of him in the GTR. Right then, let's see what's going on with a blue flag. He is this his pit lap? I wonder. He's going for another one. I wonder if he's doing 11-11 on the mediums and 10 on the hards. That may make sense. Shall see. Everyone in this cluster getting through it all right. Graham now to pick up the pace a little bit, but unfortunately lap 5 is the issue with him. Blue flag, no, he's come in, so I wonder if he's doing 10-10-12, which that's what I did last night. So 12 laps on the hard. So we pits out on now. Bread is in the lead at the moment. T. Smith though, and down the inside, and again though, that's the second time he's done that. T. Smith, where he's broke a little bit too late, and he's ended up all over the curves, but he managed to actually keep the position, which is impressive. Then Tom Duval's now in P4, and he's yet to pit. SBY P7 yet to pit. Blue flag is in the pits at the moment, so we'll see what Aaron is going to come round now. As blue flag exits the pits, he will be comfortably ahead of them, and he is on his hard tyre stand now. I expect him to go to lap 22. Keep an eye on that though. T. Smith though has now taken the lead for the first time. Bread on for a half decent result here though, if he can keep away from the walls around here. It's always the same. Oh, than that though. Yeah, if you have a clean race round here, it doesn't matter massively what your pace is, then you'll do all right usually. Unfortunately, though, Bread is. I think he's struggling a little bit. Now he'll win the pits probably this lap. So T. Smith, will he carry on for another lap? I wonder, or will he come in at the end of this lap? He is going to carry on. So he's going to be doing 12-12-8, I believe. 12 laps on the mediums, 12 laps on the hard set mediums, 8 laps to finish on hards. I wonder if we'll do it in the middle stint at the end stint. Pagani definitely looks like he's doing 12-10-10 as well. He's doing for another lap on those medium tyres. Not surprised the Vipers are doing that though, they struggle on tyre wear more. So Tom Duval is in P4. Andy sends it down the inside in P5. Carl's not really getting involved in this, and he doesn't really want to. He's on hard tyres, and he's got a lot more fuel, so he doesn't need to fight. As Tom Duval and Andy are going fully at it here. Not seeing each other on the straight and everything there. And Tom Duval is all over the shot, and Andy is now alongside. And I wonder, will he get the move done here? Oh, he looked like he was going to the inside, then he came back on the racing line at the last second. I think Andy was a bit surprised with that, and we're now up the hill and down towards the bottom of the hill now, and Andy looks like he's just ahead at the moment, but he's got to brake late, and he does brake late, and he gets it turned in. Nicely done. Moved up past Tom Duval, who is all over the shot on traction. T. Smith is coming around the last few corners now, and he will be in the pits of the mountain this lap. Let's watch this cluster through the death chicane as they all kind of clatter the wall. Andy worst of all though. Tom Duval's back through, and Dusty Fossil best of all takes a double overtake and gets them both. Oh, they're free wide into the last corner. What are they doing? Dusty Fossil, I think, has won out. The other two peel off into the pits anyway. What's going on there? T. Smith has 9 litres of fuel. Andy has 10 litres of fuel. So he's like best out of the ones that into the pits there, but most of them are fairly similar. Usuals all had more fuel though, interestingly. SBY carries on for yet another lap. Dusty Fossil then on to lap 13. What's he doing? Is he going from 2 very short medium stints, I wonder? So T. Smith is already out on hard tyres, short fueled, doing his short hard stint now. Blue flag well behind, but does have a lot more fuel. 10 seconds odd behind T. Smith. Then we've got Lee in P5, who has managed to jump Aaron. Obviously we're watching a lot of action there, so we missed that move. So Aaron P6 as Bread and Biggles fight. Biggles come in a lot earlier, 39.4, fastest lap of the race. Pagani gets past Bread as well. He's now on medium tyres, so Pagani will feel the pace now as he moves on to some quicker tyres. And obviously Biggles pit a lot earlier, and he's got less fuel, and he has obviously some more tyre wear as well. That's a good pace though, isn't that? In race 1. So T. Smith then on his hard stout, keep an eye on his pace. SBY must finally be coming in at the end of this lap. Fair, he could actually do another lap if he wanted to, but I don't expect him to. Dusty Fossil is actually carrying on for another one, so he's on to lap 14. So I'm wondering, is he going to do 2 9-lap medium stints? Maybe. SBY doing the same, carries on. Interesting strategies going on here, and very different. Okay, so T. Smith carries on, obviously on his hard tyres, and we'll see what his pace is like on them. Blue flag also on hard tyres. Let's make go with that Viper. Blue flag struggle a little bit more, especially when he's got medium runners chasing them down. He has got more fuel than them, obviously, but we shall see how that goes. Pagani, we'll see if he can catch up to the back of Biggles. Obviously, as I said, Biggles had good pace in local race 1, so that may not be as easy as the tyres and fuel situation might look like. Panda P12, P10, sorry. Tom Duval P11, Andy P12, Graham P13. Fast lap the race for him. Last time around, first the best, 40 flat. First it's not gone well. It's been a pretty awful night for the Lambos, unfortunately. They've all really struggled on pace this week with the curbs and things, so shame. But the Germans will be definitely celebrating in triumph tonight, as they will be making a humongous step towards taking the title tonight. Also alongside the Peugeots, they two are definitely the favourites for the title. Ross, unsafe. With Dusty Fosso, SPY into the pits. T Smith will reassume the lead of the race. Which the time's like, it's a 40.9, and then Blue Flag sets a 40.5, decent time on the hard tyres. Blue Flag doing well. 39.4. Yeah, it is Ross, guys. Lee 39.4 last time around on the mediums. Going into the 39s as well now. And Graham and Andy going at it. And Andy having a look at Graham. Carl's come back out on medium tyres. It's MP12, but remember he's done his hard tyre. Hard tyres already, so he's not planted towards the end when some people start doing the hard tyres, including Andy. He's doing that as his last stint. Strategies there. Still, and he is all at the back of Blue Flag now. T Smith is still there at the moment. They're all doing quite good times on these hard tyres at the moment. Lee is the one making headway, obviously, on those medium tyres. But he does still have quite a few more laps to do on them. He did pit on lap 8, so he's got 12 laps. He still has to go to lap 20, and his tyre wear does look particularly unpleasant already. And he's still got quite a lot to go on them, so he's going to struggle, I think, with that. His times are going to drop off quite a bit, I think. Oh, these two. What battle this might be between these two. Both known for their defensive driving, so, and Aaron in the background will be absolutely shitting himself, no doubt. They're ready for the abomination which is about to happen in front of them. What is worse than a Blue Flag and Lee call battle? The only thing I can think of is probably shitting in your hands and clapping. Well, that's the only thing I can think of is lost. Right, we'll see what's going to happen here. Is Lee going to have the tyre to get... Oh, Blue Flag is going... Oh, a different line there. It wasn't particularly quick either. It's got to run, but fortunately, it looks like Viper is very quick in a straight line, so getting past Vipers is not straightforward. You need to be opportunistic and try and make a move on one of the corners usually. Oh, Aaron's all over the curb there. He gets a little bit though. Blue Flag is going to go defensive, I think, here. We'll see, can Lee do anything here? I think he's quite close enough, and he's not. Blue Flag will hold on. I say Lee does have a few more laps to go on those tyres. I'm not sure how much. He's got a lot out of them. An awful lot out of them. Other than that, maybe in the battle with Aaron, to be fair. I wonder if that's took a lot of it out of his tyres. Well, they would have liked, I wonder. So he's tried to get a bit of a cut back here, get a good run. This will be a possibility. Round about here, he can get past. The Viper will not be good round here, and that GTR will be a lot nicer. So I wonder, we'll try and get a good run through here, and then make a move downhill into the right-hander. That would be my favourite for a move. Quite close enough again though, is he? Blue Flag goes defensive. Wasn't very quick at all right there, was it? Blue Flag was almost stationary over the curb. He can see Aaron's gained a lot on them. So he is finding the Viper unpleasant to try and get past. However, he might have a chance here. Blue flag, bad run. Lico, much better run. This is the closest he's been. He needs to be right in behind the Viper to have a chance of overtaking it on a straight line. He has got a very good exit, Lico, and he is now all over the back. This is the chance. He has a run on him. Can he get there? Again, that Viper's just so quick in a straight line. He's not gaining much at all. He is close. Is he close enough? He goes for an opportunistic look down the inside. Blue flag sees it coming though and knows what to do. Bad lap last time around for T Smith though, 42.6. He won't want many of them. This cluster behind Aaron, Biggles and Pagani, all catching though, because Blue flag last time around was a 41.1. They're all between half a second and 8/10 lap faster than these guys, because not only are they fighting, Blue flag's also on hard tyres and they're all on mediums. Obviously Biggles is a little bit offset because he's in a different strategy and he will be in if it's not this lap, next lap. So he is obviously doing something a bit different. Lico going for a second round the outside here. Will he get it moved on? Blue flag will defend it with all his might, and with a drive off the corner, it's as you were. And ever more in the background, there's an Audi train on the way. All aboard the Audi train. However, Lee does not want to join the Audi train. Lee would like to be a GTR on his own. Unfortunately, there's a big red Viper in the way, driven by a man who will not give up a place without a huge fight. And the issue is, it's quite a way to go still. So this is going to continue on for another lap and a half, 2 laps probably, because Lico's not coming in, I don't think, till lap 20. So this will keep going. T Smith 8.3 out front. Biggles is closing in back on Aaron. Biggles has less fuel. Good job. He's got the most fuel out of anyone out of the top 5, so and he's in a good position here. Probably going to be carrying on for some more laps. Expecting Pagani in maybe lap 22, so a few more laps to go here. So sense of deja vu, whereas here we go again, and I don't think he's anywhere near close enough this time. Late. He was much closer last time around, so we're doing everything here. So again, it's another lap. Stuck behind. This is ruining Lee's race a little bit here. Helping anyway, that's for sure. Lines in, very white line with Pagani. No stops yet. Biggles is in though. We expected that though. Then fuel left. Tom Duval and P9. Skipping a jump there over the inside corner. And T Smith, all things calming down a little bit. And to keep up. Everyone with the last stop, you know where everyone is on the road. And they really are. Aaron's dropped off back from this battle. So still led by Blue flag. When I say led, it's not much of a lead to be honest, because Lico was genuinely near enough pushing him around the corners. They have a chance. He was looking close enough, but then Blue flag again gets so much better drive. He had to look again. He's trying to force them to go into a really defensive line and get a good exit, but unfortunately The issue with that is that the Viper, no matter what exit it gets, still drives away from you. So, oh, much better run from Lee, and he was about to get through, but he couldn't because he had to back off. He was about to smack into the blue flag. Oh dear, poor Lee. He's going to be raging. T. Smith into the pits. He'll be onto the mediums for his last stop. He's in a good position. Lee and Aaron, and I thought Pagani was coming in there, but he didn't. And he ended up, I think he just tried to get some slip, but yeah, I think Pagani's lap 22. Panda's in as well. Tom Duval carries on. Graham's up to P5 now. He carries on, but he's got a stop to make still. Oh, he is actually doing decent times at the moment, Graham. He's got some pace, that's for sure. Interesting here between these two Vipers. So Pagani is the lead Viper net position. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's got an extra 10-11 litres of 12, probably 10 to 12 litres of fuel maybe, and he's only 2 seconds behind. So Pagani is in front of Blue Flag in the net position, I believe. Yep. It's where they are in relation to T. Smith. T. Smith, I think, is in the net race lead, but we will find more when the Vipers come into the pits. We'll see where they come out. So all of these guys have made the last stops. The front 9 are still to stop. So all of the front 9, that is. And Blue Flag, I think, will carry on for another lap here. It does. I think Pagani as well. I think they were lap 22. They are. There we go. Bread, he's also carrying on for another lap. Tom Duval drifting round the last corner. Carries on. Graham does not. He comes in. He has literally no fuel left there. 1 litre. Dusty Fossil carries on as well. So there's Andy. SBY. He also carries on, and he's set the fastest lap of the race, which is a 38.9, which is 4 tenths faster than any lap last night in the endurance. So that is some lap from SBY. I don't really know where he is, SBY, because I think he had a couple of moments early on. So we'll see where he gets to. Blue Flag, though, is only a second out in front now, so Pagani very much is catching up to his teammate. Blue Flag trying to save some fuel here. I think the fuel difference isn't as much as it was. Bread's also in a very good position though. Now the difference is with Bread though, is I believe Bread has run medium, so he's got the hard to end in. So although he's in a decent position and he's got a lot of fuel, unfortunately for Bread, he is going to fall down the order, I believe, at the last stop. However, good race, very good race from Bread for his return. Oh, he doesn't want to hit the outside wall for the entry too much, but that's away with it. Tom Duval will be in this lap, so every Viper then will be in, and we will head on board with T. Smith at some point in the next 20 seconds or so, and we'll see if he's in front, and if so, how far he is in front. T. Smith. Dusty Fossil will carry on, I'd imagine. Landy Commando, he's carrying on. SBY as well. T. Smith rounds the diff chicane cleanly on medium tyres to the end. Pagani is already starting to fill up, but I believe, from what I expect, Pagani has quite a lot of fuel still to put in, so I do think that T. Smith is comfortably in front here, as you see him coming across that finish line, and Pagani now is about to come out the pits right about now, and you'll see Pagani come out in front of Blue Flag, and Pagani is 6.7, over 7 seconds he has to T. Smith. So Pagani, I believe, is in a net P2. So we shall see what he can do. I don't think he's going to have the answer to T Smith. However, if Pagani was to take a P2 and Blue Flag at the moment is in a net P3, I believe, then what a result for the Vipers, who probably wouldn't have expected loads tonight. It's definitely not the worst track for them, but I wouldn't say it's the best track for them either. But unfortunately, I think some of the others haven't really executed the race as well as they would have liked. Obviously, I know the Lambos particularly had a bit of a shocker tonight, unfortunately. The Audis have come from the back, and I just don't think that they expected the Vipers to have as good a pace as they've had, and they've just kept it really, really clean. As much as I think probably the Audis have some really good pace, particularly Biggles when he, at certain points in both races now, he's been very quick, but I don't think he's had the consistency to challenge. But yeah, definitely the Audis have been quick, but not as quick as they thought they'd be. Tom Duval is being overtook by Panda. Tom Duval having a big old hit of the chicane there. No, Panda gets through. Lee Call is through. What's happened to Lee? Oh, his last lap was a 52 flat. Lee's had an accident somewhere. He's fighting with Graham. So Lee, again, has another incident. Someone else coming across or somewhere. Bread's in the lead, but he's got a pit stop to make. Then Andy in behind, he's got a pit stop to make. So it's T Smith who's in the lead. He's 8.7 ahead of Pagani, who's a further 1.8 ahead of Blue Flag. And then you've got Biggles and Aaron. Everyone is racing for position now, other than Bread and Andy, who are coming in, and they'll find out where they are. Bread, I think, will be round about the Vipers, but as I say, he's on hard tyres, so he might struggle to keep that place. But as I say, it's still a cracking result for Bread. If he gets even a P6, P7 or something like that, he'll be thrilled. A singular litre of fuel left for Bread. Carefully executed. Tom Duval then behind Panda. Doesn't think he can make any moves on Panda. Back through. So I'll keep on board with Blue Flag, and we'll see where Bread comes out. So Bread is filling up now. He's going to need about 70 odd litres probably of fuel. Maybe a tiny touch less, so we can save a bit. And he is now nearly actually filled up. I think he's going to come out just behind these guys. And he is now out of the pits now. There he is now. And yep, he is just behind. I thought that was where he was going to pop out. So he has got a 3-second lead to Biggles behind. Biggles being on the medium tyres though, Bread being on the hards. However, Bread has a lot of fuel. Maybe a little bit too much fuel. Keep all the up. If I'm looking at T Smith's fuel and I'm looking at Bread's fuel, Bread has quite a chunk more, which does mean he definitely doesn't have to save. He can rev that car out as much as he likes. But 2.4 now, it's going to be tricky for him, I think, to even he might drop down to P8, P9 here. We'll see what he can do. Andy, unfortunately, I think will drop behind both SBY and Graham. He's on hard tyres. Unfortunately, Lee is. Oh, he's had another bad lap. 51.1. Right, dearie me. He is purple through the sector 1, but that will be only a very small consolation because unfortunately he was looking good. Lee. That's not worked out. So, Fever, unfortunately, has been a bit of a disaster for Fever. I think it's fair to say. There's quite a lot of instances where he's had some moments. I say though, I don't think he's putting time and effort in anymore, which is a shame. He's very quick, but again, I can't understand why he's not happy with the game at the moment. I fully get that. 7.9 out front for P. Smith. He has another 6 or so laps to go. Gap 7.6. 1.7 out front, 1.3 behind for blue flag, and on course for a sensational double Viper podium. And I do not think many would have predicted that at the start of the night. Fred going to try and cling on to P4, but as I say, I do think that will be unlikely for Brad because of the tyre offset. And you look at this big cluster behind him. We've got Biggles, Aaron, Dusty Fossil, Panda and Tom Duval, who are all within 5 seconds of him. So yeah, he's going to struggle here. So we shall keep an eye on it though. And we'll watch Biggles. Shall we go on board round the death chicane and see how he takes this. So just up to second. And he is nicely on through the death chicane now. A wee lift. Nice on the power. Catching quickly up to the back of that GTR. He'll try and get a good exit, I think, here. I don't think he'll go for this move yet. I don't think there's any point at the moment. Get a good exit. GTR will not be as quick as Biggles at the moment. So we'll see. I'm just behind as well, but keep an eye on Biggles here. Unfortunately, that GTR is pretty nippy in a straight line. Probably nothing compared to the Viper. Red will go defensive. Oh, he's having a look here. Aaron's having a look as well. They're all thinking about a move, but didn't want to risk it yet. Oh, you can see Dusty Fossils in the background. Oh, here comes Panda. And there's Tom Duval in the background. This is a Royal FTRL train developing here. Racing for position. The last few laps of the race. Oh, where's Panda going? Where are you off to? That's not the way. Oh, where's he off to? What the fuck's going on? Is it a grass cutting get on there? Okay. What's happening there? Right, here we go. We're on 2. Biggles on Brad. I think he might be on for a move here into the last corner. Brad is going defensive. Biggles pulls to the outside. He'll try and go for the cut back here. Go for the cut back. There we go. He's going for the cut back. He's just about alongside. He tucks back in to get some slip. Aaron in the background is being tackled by Dusty Fossil. We'll keep an eye on this then. So Aaron and Dusty Fossil. There's Biggles in front. Noah's going down the inside. Dusty Fossil's making a move as well. Could be a double overtake here. In the inside goes Biggles. Dusty Fossil goes down the inside as well. Double overtake there. Biggles gets through. Dusty Fossil also through. And Dusty Fossil, remember I said he came alive in the latter part of race 1. He's coming alive in the latter part of race 2. And he's on for a P6 at the moment. Red on for a P5 at current, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep behind Dusty Fossil long, who's already near enough alongside. They are in the same car, the same team here. The thing is, Dusty Fossil might have a chance of getting Biggles here, so he'll not want to wait for long behind here. And Aaron is looking for a way back through here, and this will be. Oh, Aaron goes all the way around the outside, and he does get it done. Dusty Fossil was a bit early on the brakes there because he was on the same line as Brad, because he can't brake, he's late on the hard tyres. As they all fly round the death chicane, and Dusty Fossil gets a much better run through the death chicane. However, it again has to back out because Aaron had such a bad run that he was going to hit into the back of him. The issue of being so close from the death chicane, I suppose. And they're getting involved here as well. I'm going to look at Dusty Fossil. zigzagging their way down the straight, and I think it is. We might have this down the inside. Getting racy here towards the end, and this cluster is down the inside. And they're going to go side by side. And it's going to... Oh, he's on the curb. Oh, he got away with it. Tom Duval then nips down the inside of Dusty Fossil. Dusty Fossil's going to defend that. But he can't. Oh, Tom Duval's all over the shop. But he gets the move done. Bread clinging on for dear life out from P5. Gaps close massively out front. Tom's had another bad lap. It's a 42.2, so it's now only 4.2 out front. I don't think Pagani's going to have enough unless there's another mistake, but we'll keep an eye. Bread is clinging on for absolute dear life right now, and Aaron's all over the back of him. Going round the dash chicane again. You're going to need to keep an eye on. You need to watch though, because Bread is going to be so slow through the dash chicane. Nothing to do with Bread's pace, it's just the hard tyres. It's not going to be as quick through that dash chicane, so they're going to have to keep an eye on this, because Bread just will not be quick enough through this corner. And they all, in synchronised fashion, absolutely hammer into the wall on the outside. Panda gets the move done on Aaron. No, he less hit the wall. And you can see it's Tom Duval who's defending from Dusty Fossil. They're all over the shot here. We're spread across the track. And Panda is having a look on Bread now. And Bread still is in P5. 3 laps left. Can he cling on to dear life here? I don't think he's going to have the move here as Panda gets the move done down the inside though. Bread's going to defend it. It's side by side. Tom Duval gets a big old move there and tries a move. Aaron gets the move done. Tom Duval then tries to go down the inside of Aaron. And Tom Duval gets some, squeezes down the inside and then goes all off the track, but then gets the car turned in, but then Dusty Fossil goes through. Tom Duval gets shoved wide. SPY joins in. Alongside Brent we go. This is an absolute cluster mess. SPY double overtake onto PA through Fred, through Tom Duval. What the fuck is going on? What an absolute mess that was. What was that? Oh god. Panda in P5, Dusty Fossil P6, Aaron P7, then comes SUI P8, Tom Duval P9, Fred P10, Graham P11. That was an absolute bloody mess. Oh god. That was enjoyable to watch, just for the absolute mess of it. Right, it was all coming to a head, we knew it was. Unfortunately, poor Bread has been the victim of an absolute mass casualty event, to be honest. Aaron sideways all the way around the corner. SBY says, thank you very much. 2 laps to go. T Smith 3.9 out in the leads. Comfortable, but not certain. A mistake could cost him here, so he needs to make sure he is nice and clean. SBY will be P7 for the time being. Oh, boost that in the back. Oh, it's Bread. He drops all the way down to P12. It was going so well. Unfortunately, though, that is it. Now, and Andy comes round. And is he going to get him? No, Bread's going to join in P12. Unfortunate. Yeah. Such a shame. He's probably just trying to push those hard tyres a little bit too much, trying to keep up the pace for the guys in front. And unfortunately, it was too much for the car. Tom Duval then closing back in on Aaron. Round 2 anyway. Aaron closing in an SBY. SBY out of shape through the dev chicane. Aaron with a much better run, and this might be a move back here. Aaron's all over the back of him. He pulls to the outside. He'll try and get a good run. Maybe do the cut back. Yeah, he does try to go for the cut back in the slipstream. at the moment. Also Graham in the slipstream of Tom Duval as we head on to the final lap, and Aaron is all over the back of SBY. Is SBY just far enough in front? Right, it looks like it. Dusty Fossil P6, then comes Panda P5, Biggles in P4. Still a double Viper podium at the moment, and it is all over out front, as unless Tom makes a bad mistake, because Pagani's had a bad lap, made a bit of a mistake on lap 31. 43.3. Looks like it might be all over out front. Keep an eye on this battle for P6. This might be our best battle on the last lap. See if any of them can make a move in the last lap of the race. Don't think anything is happening out front. T-Smith, let's keep an eye on him through the last time, the death chicane. And to say he went pedestrian over that would be the understatement of the century, as he went over at about 20 mile an hour less than some other times you see. And you can see that Pagani has gained about half a second on him through the death chicane. So T-Smith takes it very calmly and rounds the last corner there and takes the victory here, and it is T-Smith win, and Pagani and Blue Flag will take away a double Viper podium. What a result for them. Absolutely great result. Great drive from them both. Biggles and Panda leads a P45 Audi. Then comes a GTR. Oh, Panda run out of fuel. Dusty Fawcett nicked P5. Panda run out of fuel on the line and only got P6. SBY then got P7. Aaron got P8. It's P9 for Tom Duval. It's Graham P10. It's Lee P12. Red will take P12. Andy will take P13. And Feedback has already crossed the line and has took P14. So, whoa, it all got a bit tetchy at the end, I would say. And also, some people run out of fuel down the line. I think Carl was about to run out of fuel as well. How's why SBY was closing in so much at the end. So, there we go. Race 1 was won by... Who was race 1 won by, actually? Lee. Lee won race 1. I'm losing the plot. Race 2 was won by T-Smith. 39.6 fast lap. SBY with a stonking last lap. With fast lap, sorry, 38.9. Only won in the 38s by quite a long way, actually. Double Viper podium, I say. Biggles, Dusty Fossil, Panda, SBY, Aaron. So P468 for the Audis. That's a decent result for them again. And there is the back end of the field. Thank you very much for joining us then. Remember, double points week next week for USA. We're around Daytona road course. Do join us again for that. Have a nice evening. And yeah, I say Thursday, Friday. Again, join us on that one.